Winter slowdown in the real estate market. For the first time in a couple years, we're seeing the market really start to slow down coming into the Christmas and New Year's season. I expect January is going to be craziness. We also ran into a pretty much a brick wall called time off at Christmas over at the fire damaged house. Contractors are doing as much as they possibly can, but with no power, we have no heat. Unfortunately, that means no pictures or videos today. We'll get some more as we make some progress. I'm Dave with the Bolduc Realty Group. Welcome to my weekly real estate market update. Today's December 22nd. Let's talk about some key Connecticut market stats. Active on the market today, 3,740 versus 4,022 last week. That's down 282 homes. We only had 69 new listings over the last 24 hours. Usually we're closer to 300, so that's kind of where that difference is. Inventory is down almost 20% since Thanksgiving. We had 3,000 closings in November. Based on the November closings and the current inventory, we've got about 1.2 months worth of inventory on the shelf. So we are definitely still in a low inventory position, and we really are seeing that slowdown over the winter that we had mentioned over the last several videos. Some key dates here. The PCE, which is the Fed's favorite inflation measure, came in lower than expected in November. The core PCE month over month was 0.1 versus an expectation of 0.2. So that's good. And the annualized number was plus 2.6%, also lower than expectations. This favorable trend lends credence to the fact or the thought that the Fed, the actions they've taken are really making an impact on inflation. Being the skeptic that I am, I'd like to see just a little bit more of a track record before we start doing anything different. That position is in line with the Fed, with what the Fed has been saying in their minutes after their meetings, but it's opposed to what the market is thinking. The market is priced in Fed funds rates cuts starting as early as March of 2024. I don't think that's going to happen, but I've certainly been wrong before, and I'm hoping that I am. We'll see how that plays out. I still think the first cut is going to be mid-year. Mortgage rates have been holding for the past 5 days in that mid 6% range. With the big drops that we've seen over the last few weeks, you would expect there'd be some kind of a bounce back up, but there really hasn't been. Mortgage applications are down 1.5% after 6 weeks of going up every week. And the previous week was 7.4, so it was a big jump, and it is a big difference here. I think it's related to Christmas, New Year's. Everybody's just kind of taking that time off, but I don't know. It is, though, interesting that we have seen mortgage rates continue with that positive downward trend, and all of a sudden we see a drop off in mortgage applications. So I do think it's just the holiday time. The combination of declining mortgages and the very low inventory and the big drop that we've seen since Thanksgiving is going to make for a super interesting January. Do we see a demand spike? I think so. Do we see inventory snap back up to 4,600 or more that we had before Thanksgiving? That one I don't think is going to happen. We're experiencing the normal slowdown that we have seen in years past around the holiday season. I think it's going to be busy again in January, and I don't think we're going to see that massive snapback in inventory. In my head, I am praying that I'm wrong. If I am right, though, what's going to happen is the higher demand and the even lower inventory is going to squeeze buyers, and we're going to see prices push up even more. And with all that said, I'm going to go over my 2023 predictions that I put out December of last year, and I updated mid-year. This is going to be the final update. There are 5 predictions. The first 3 are on the screen. Foreclosures will approach the 2019 numbers, but won't get there. The inventory of homes will continue to be low. And then the third one is mortgage rates will end around 5.5%. So looking at these, you can see that the green line is the foreclosure rate, and this is the 2019 area right in here. So I take this red line across, and you can see that we have not gotten above the 2019 numbers yet. So checking the block here, we got that one right. Inventory will remain low through 2023. You can see we're in the 4,000 range the entire time. And you can actually extend this down just a shade here to 3,700 for this week. So we nailed this one. We were low the entire year for inventory. This one, on the other hand, mortgage rates will end the year around 5.5%. I did not get this one correct. As you can see here, 6.67% by the Freddie Mac numbers, and a lot of the other numbers that I'm seeing are very similar. So we did miss this one. That's the summary for the first three. For the last 2 out of 5, home sales will be lower in 2022, and prices will remain flat in the first half of the year and then be up 2 to 3% in the second half of the year. So looking at that, you can see that we're at 4,500, and this is the 2022 number here. We are lower, so check mark there. On the prices, on the other hand, prices flat in the first half of the year and then 2.3% up in the second half of the year. You see in the first half of the year, we were probably around 5%, and then we finished the year at 10.8. So I did not hit this one. I made a mistake there. This is good news if you're a home seller, not if you're a home buyer. And then you can see that I missed one and hit one. So we were 3 out of 5 for 2023. I will be bringing out the 2024 predictions soon. See how we do there. A little quick update on the fire damaged house over in Brantford. Like I said, we momentumed right into Christmas. Everyone has taken some well-earned time off, but that means that we're on hold to get the electric power lines run from the street over to the house. Hopefully that'll happen soon. The electrician, they've done a lot of work. They started wiring in new circuits, things like that. The plumber's got the new oil tank, the new oil burner, and a lot of the plumbing repairs done. And the contractor's doing everything he can, prepping everything he can. But without heat, we can't go any farther, and we need electricity to get the heat. And what we're trying to avoid is cracking sheetrock joints or buckling hardwood floors as we heat up the house if we do that work beforehand. Fingers crossed we get the power soon and we're able to start moving forward. That's all I've got for today. Hopefully you got some value out of it. Please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. I wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll be back next Friday with predictions for 2024. Have a great weekend.